In this interview, we spoke with Taiwan's digital minister, Audrey Tang. We asked her about her experience leading GovZero's V-Taiwan initiative, which has employed online and offline methods to facilitate national deliberation with over 200,000 people on 26 pieces of legislation to better define the problem. Here's what she had to say.
In 2015, the first cases that the V-Taiwan process tackled was around the teleworking initiative as well as reforming the Company Act to be more friendly to people who would otherwise register their companies in Cayman Islands. Now, for these emerging topics, there's no associations or unions that can speak for all the teleworkers in Taiwan. Instead, we have to rely on an online plus offline co-creation process so that everybody who has anything at stake can share their personal experiences as well as focus their conversations so that we can find the common values. The Company Act change in 2015 were unanimously passed by the Parliament. 2 years later, we did another V-Taiwan process around purpose-driven companies or social enterprises, and again, that was embraced by all the different parties and passed without any opposition. Now, what was unexpected was the MPs largely saw this process as enhancing the quality of their lawmaking. Instead of contesting their representative power, they saw it as something that enhanced their work. In Taiwan, we pre-announce for 60 days before any bill or regulation is sent to the parliament. Now, in the old days, while people can post their ideas to emails or make a phone call or so on, there is no synthesis process to look at all the different positions that people are taking. So you get maybe 300 comments, but it was very time-consuming to include these viewpoints in the lawmaking process. Now, with AI-powered conversations and focused conversation methodologies, it is now much easier to listen at scale. The first thing we did in 2015 was setting up a weekly meeting of facilitators and civic tech enthusiasts that is run by the civil society. Now, for 4 years now, every week we meet, and anyone who raises any emergent issue has the guarantee of the minister, now me, before was Minister Jacqueline Tsai, to call in the responsible authorities in any ministry to have dinner and pizza together with the civil society people to build trust in the process and also in the community. The Korea Public Service had a lot of reservations around having the random people from the internet and even inviting them when they offer constructive opinions to the administration building for a face-to-face meeting. Before, they were very much unversed in the art of creating an open space for facilitation, either offline or online. But now we're creating a PO network or participation officer network in all ministries as well as the Tainan municipality so that such expertise can be taught and spread inside the Korea Public Service. It really helps that as a minister with a portfolio, we arbitrate between all the different ministries around, for example, digital and cyberspace issues. So because of that, there is no silos within any particular ministry. Instead, for any emergent issue, such as Uber and so on, all the relevant ministries are equal stakeholders in the process instead of having consultations all by themselves. So I think this process really complements the representative democracy. In representative democracy, people who are elected talk about the issues that they care about and their constituents talk about. And these processes help anyone to listen to their constituents, even for people who are not active lobbyists or people who participate in politics, they still find a very easy and satisfying way to communicate to the MPs to voice their opinions. I would say start early on in the policymaking process. If the policymaking is already halfway, then a public conversation or co-creation has very limited room to grow. However, if it is a really emergent issue such as autonomous vehicles that really nobody has any idea what the eventual social norm will be, then it is an open-ended discussion that you will surprisingly find a lot of experts very much willing to lend a hand in explaining the technical topics to the general public. Yes, of course.